Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
Thank you.
So, actually, yesterday you had a day off. You played the day before yesterday in Cologne.
Indeed,
Really beautiful big hall.
indeed.
And then yesterday was the day off. What did you do?
Sleep.
Yeah?
My phone died, so I looked for a new phone.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's not very deep, but
Yeah.
I had to do it.
Did you help him or did you do other?
Said you're on your own.
And what is normally what you? I mean, if you traveled a lot together, you played together for 30 years, more even, I think this year. Is there anything that you like to do when you are together on the road? We look for this, or we have to go there. Are there favorite spots?
No.
No.
No, really, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't do any touristic things. We don't usually like go look for special coffee places or. We talk mainly. We spend our time talking, and go down to the local coffee, have coffee, talk, get lunch, rest,
We don't
prepare
have
for
a
the
lot
music.
of time generally. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not as if there's a lot of time to explore the cities. It's very
No.
quick generally.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. So this album you made and the album that brings you here, Playing the Room, it goes back to the time that you just met. You were young musicians in Tel Aviv and playing together. Can you tell me how did you meet?
So I met Avishai through his brother and sister that I met before, his brother Yuval and sister Anat.
Yeah.
So me and Yuval had at some point the same teacher.
You together, the sister and the brother.
Wow.
Yeah. This your mother's balcony or not?
Yeah, this is from 3 weeks ago, 2
Yeah.
weeks ago, something like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like you're following us.
No, so I met
No one is safe
Yuval, started playing with Yuval. We all went to the same school at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Avishai is a little bit younger than me, and around junior high we were in the same school and musical department. We were both started to play or learn jazz.
Yeah.
And since there was bunch of young musicians who were looking into playing other things than classical music, they brought a teacher to and kind of create a tiny jazz department.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is basically, and we were living in neighborhoods that were close by. So very quickly we found ourselves playing, doing sessions, even maybe doing gigs here and there in the city. So that's kind of.
We're talking about 12, 13.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
around that age.
Yeah. So you were studying jazz, and what are other kinds of music that you together liked? What are pop bands that you both were into, or
I mean,
classical
back
music?
then, we were kind of strictly on jazz.
You were the jazz nerds. Yeah.
We both played, I think, classical, but not together. Yonathan played a lot of classical growing up. I was in the Young Israeli Philharmonic Orchestra.
Yeah.
At least for me, at that age, I was not that open to other music. I don't know about Yonathan, but I kind of was either in the classical or the jazz. And later on, I think, more in high school, start to open up to other things, and in New York to even more, more styles.
Is that for you? Because you and know about you that you really open up to pop music and all kinds of music, and you played in the downtown scene in New York, also kind of punk. with the lemon juice.
Lemon Juice Quartet.
Yeah, lemon juice quartet. How are you more in, basically into the jazz, or do you also have like this side steps that you had?
I mean, I guess musicians. I mean, I don't know any musician who is playing or interested in only one style.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a certain impression you can get from the outside, but I really don't know any musicians who. And that being said, I was really passionate about jazz and the history of jazz, and kind of grew up knowing much better the music of the 30s than the music of the 80s when I grew up. So. But later on, at one point we had a band together called Third World Love, and in this band there was it was a very rich exchange of styles that we all liked. A lot of listening to West African music, a lot of music from Senegal and from Mali. So these are styles that are kind of. We don't necessarily play West African music, but this is a vocabulary I feel that we can both really relate and we really like, I think, those styles. And
And if you take us back to this time that you were playing together as young kids, where did it happen? Was there one place that one of your parents' rooms or a garage, or what was the setting?
I remember mainly my place and Yonathan's place. He has a room in his room.
Yeah.
He had a piano. It's funny. His sister was just born, running, 2 years old, running naked in the house. Today she's like a mother. She's a grown woman.
Yeah.
And in my house. We had the piano in the living room back then, so either places.
Yeah. What if there's one tune that you have to pick that brings you back to this time? What tune would it
Art
be?
Deco?
yeah, what's that? It's go ahead.
Art Deco by Don Cherry. We
Don
just
Cherry.
looked at Don Cherry in the picture in the dressing room.
Yeah.
That's the one tune that we play today, and it's clearly. I remember being 12 and playing it with Yonathan. Probably you taught me that tune, I would imagine.
Maybe I also brought another hero, I think, of you. Maybe we can have a little listen and a little look. Yeah, there's actually a concert in Paris where you live now.
I live outside.
You live outside of Paris.
countryside.
Yeah, it's Art Ensemble of Chicago and Cecil Taylor piano. I saw a big smile on your face when you watch him. Where does it come from?
From listening to his music for days and days and days, to both Cecil Taylor and Art Ensemble.
Yeah.
It's very important people in my life who opened many, many doors.
Can you pick a door? Like if you would be really specific, maybe even technical, like what door is the door that...
So Cecil Taylor, I mean, one of these things is just his approach to the instrument and this very unique way he has of using the whole range of the piano.
Mm-hmm.
And his crazy energy and poetry. And this is, a musician who's very important to me.
Yeah.
And Art Ensemble of Chicago a lot
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we just saw a little beginning of Lester Bowie starting to play. Is he somebody you checked out?
Yes, but not heavily.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
He's not. I would not call him a major influence, but every time I hear him, I love it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I have also, because I heard a rumor that you are very good at cooking soup, a very good soup cook, and that you cooked soup for this gentleman here often. So it's Ornette Coleman.
He doesn't cook soup for me.
No?
I'm a little bit jealous.
It's gonna come.
So it is. Can you tell? I think it was because this concert is like 2003. That must have been the time that you went to his apartment a lot.
A little bit later.
Uh-huh.
I met him 2006.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I had a period of few years till he passed that I used to go visit him, sit with him, learn from him, cook for him at one point, play pool, a lot of talking about everything. So I'm very, very, very honored and lucky to have experienced. It was a coincidence, and it was a...
I'm curious because I tried to talk one time with Ornette Coleman, or 2 times. I found it really hard. But what did you...
When was it?
It was... that was more like around 2009 or something.
He was sick in the end, you know, he was sick, so it was getting harder and harder, but then he was a mysterious man anyway.
Yeah.
So
what did you from the conversations you had, what sticks with you?
Well, there's many stories, but I'll give you one. Because one time we were playing together, and I went and I played something kind of high on the trumpet, maybe struggling to get up there. And then he stopped me and he asked me, "Did you really have to play that high in order to say what you wanted to say?" To me, that's something I carry with me since. Each one can understand it the way he wants to. But
do you talk a lot about music together when you're on the road? Sorry about the microphone.
It's all good. Actually, yes, we talk a lot. I mean, about many different things.
Yeah.
Music is a part. Actually, it's not the main issue we're talking about, but there's no other way to say this is my dearest friend ever.
Yeah.
And definitely the musician that maybe I made the most music with, and with whom I have the deepest connection. So our music making is related to a very deep friendship, long one, and but a lot of talking about music and how it relates to life.
Do you also talk literally about what happened on the stage between the two of you?
I'll give you an example. We started this tour last week. We met. I saw him in the lobby. He was singing a song. So I joined him. Then we walked to the club. We're just singing. We didn't even say a word.
Like an Israeli song that we know.
Israeli song. And then we got to the club. We started talking about, hey, so what's going on? How you been? Blah, blah, blah. And then we go on stage. And then just before we're about to start, I realized we've not said one word about the music. No set list, no nothing. So sometime we can talk a lot about the music. Sometime we don't have to say anything.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, so for tonight there's no set list. Also, the first song, is it already? We don't know yet. Okay. Really nice.
You'll know in 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Once
that's
we
good.
get up here.
Okay,
Maybe
very
a
good.
second before we start, we'll know.
You know it. Okay. We are very curious about it and looking
Thank
forward
you.
to the concert. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yonathan Avishai, Avishai Cohen.